Good evening. Welcome to Faces of Success TV. We're here once again to bring you a beautiful topic to spread awareness on issues that we face in the inner city communities. To my left here,
Donald Griffin, founder of New Generation Dare.
and to my right,
Jay Coleman.
Miss P.
and we're here to discuss and shed some light on some issues and facts that a lot of us may not recognize or have a blind eye to.
Okay, so, all right, Monique, you want to go ahead and start?
All right. Okay. Once again, peace and enlightenment, everybody. Yeah, tonight we're talking about more missing Black women and children. And I'm not gonna I'm gonna acknowledge this because these are women and children mostly, and I have to put what you call minorities because a lot of minorities today. I see Black mothers working hard to get these police departments throughout America, as well as the Amber reports to respond properly to the missing Black women and children in America. If you go on your YouTube and look it up, it's millions. I mean, I ain't gonna say millions. It's thousands of sad stories. I mean, coming from sex trafficking. You got people getting kidnapped, never seen again. Especially little children and young women, Black
Foster
women,
care
Black women.
abuse, yeah.
Okay, is being missing in America. And like last year, I kept getting this ad coming to me. This missing girls in Washington D.C. This missing girl. Matter of fact, I got it from LL Cool J because people don't know that LL Cool J, and I think it was a Jada Pickett. One of them, JL Cool J for sure, was the one that really was pushing that out there about all these missing Black women and children in Washington D.C. And they ain't only in Washington, because you got Chicago, L.A. It's a ring. Something is going on.
But shed some light on a couple avenues
Why?
that they are coming up missing through.
Well, we already know that most of these children, mainly melanated people, is getting their organs. They're finding a lot of missing people with their organs missing. And we know that in Chicago and Detroit had a link a year or so ago about them busting one of these warehouses that was harvesting body parts and organs. So let's not think that it don't exist because it's all over. So we dealing with organs harvesting, and for one, I found out why people they would prefer melanated organs, because the melanated organs is a universal. You can't put a Mexican, well, you probably can. You can't put someone who's not of my origin in me. But based on that, this is similar to what Nick Cannon was saying. Okay, and this a follow-up on it, that you can take my Black heart and put it in any race of people in America. So who is the most expensive and most sought after parts? I'm not saying that all the people that's missed on this, but we got the sex trafficking going on, where it's women that's being found and escaping 10 years later. I mean, this is all races. I ain't gonna just when the sex thing, it doesn't matter when it comes to that. The sex thing, I like Chinese, I like white, I like Asian, I like these kinds. So we know that that's more of a universe, but that's another reason of the missing. So we have to look at this missing thing as a four-way street because it's things going on. Then we dealing with the melatonin thing. Well, how do you get melatonin? You can't make melatonin. Okay, melatonin is a natural carbon. Okay, so how do you get all this melatonin? Okay, so we have to look at that factor too. And then here's another thing: a lot of people don't know. Some people is getting missing and drop back off with organs missing. Hey, what happened to you? I don't know. They dropping them off and they got cuts on them and sold them. Or they taking kidneys and something. I mean, that's another way.
That's deeper down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, but they got a movie about that. What that was called? No. It was called Repo Man.
That's deeper down.
You got his heart. You can't pay for it. We gonna come repo that heart. Okay, so we got to look at that. We have been programmed to deal with missing people. If you look at all the missing people, look at all the movies that came out during all these missing children
Mhm.
before we start. But the only ones that's not getting reported is who? Black
Us,
people.
us. Yeah,
Asians.
that's okay. So to bring some awareness to the avenues that we being channeled
Yeah.
behind the back door, whether it's CPS or
That's
foster care,
That's other assaults on us.
I mean,
You know,
that's just like when you get murdered. Your
the
family
entertainment
paying for somebody to-
industry. You know, there's a lot of different angles and avenues that we have to be aware of that's funneling
Through the,
kids and black and women.
Yeah, but
You know,
Here's the thing. Let's bring up Donald Trump. Now, we know that these missing people are being put in pedophile rings, sex rings, and he's going after who? Pedophile rings and sex rings. Now, all these pedophile rings and sex rings are connected to what he's slowly but surely showing you in politics who's involved in. I'm not going to get into detail of that. Y'all know that. But he's showing you that we're taking control of this pedophile sex trafficking thing. Now, when it comes to us, I'm saying, I tell myself, how do so many black people, I mean, these are healthy, real strong, nice looking black women, okay? And then it got some men too. I'm like, how is these men getting caught up like this? And you know, what's going on? I believe in what I've been finding out. It's a lot of women, mothers, I hear you, saying their friends are setting their children up to be kidnapped, telling them their locations, where they finna go, or hey, I'll give you $20,000 for your friend because I already did the paperwork that child right there got the clean DNA, the same DNA that somebody weighed
so
in,
look, I got a question.
Ireland that needs your heart or something. What?
Do you think that since social media has evolved, it has exposed this, or you think this has been going on?
Oh, this is an ancient.
Through the churches,
This is a
Catholic churches.
This is an ancient thing, and it's still going on the same.
It's still going on even with the death.
My dad passed away. I didn't even get a chance. I didn't even get a chance to grieve at all. My phone was ringing an hour when they knew it was getting close and hospice was there.
Yeah.
They were calling me up going, look, do you want to donate your dad's eyes? We want to know. We want his eyes. We want his skin. They ask for everything. You know,
That's where that melatonin come in.
You know,
and even if you say no, they're gonna take it anyway.
Yeah, I mean, what are you gonna do with it?
And so they have to rush them in there to make sure that they can get it on time while it's still
Keep it on ice.
good. So, boy, it was a trip, and I'm like, man, you know, you just snatch out the eyes, and so I told the people, I was like, well, you know, I'm gonna agree to this. I said because I want to see my dad live on. You know what I'm saying, through somebody else. But I wanted to know the person that you gave my dad's eyes to. I like to look them in their eyes. I ain't never heard from them people again.
And they probably ain't in this country.
Yeah,
you know,
but just the whole thing is that they harvesting.
we have to look at this. This system that we're dealing with is all linked.
Of
From the
course.
school system to the
CPS.
prison system. CPS is just
Abortion clinic.
Yeah.
all these things are connected. And then guess what? We still not talking about. I've been making stuff about it on it too. We can't. Our hospitals are part of this.
Of course.
Our hospital
Of course.
is not to be
That's
trusted.
the start.
I mean, I know a person. That's what's so scary about our when we get sick, when we have to lay down on the table, and then you see all these doctors and these nurses that you hospitals that be smiling, hey, how you doing it, and taking your vitals and stuff, all the race and garbage stuff they have to say. While I'm doing, I'm looking at all these. Look at this. She's gonna say, well, blacks come in here for so many different ailments. You know, they just constantly riddled with ailments, and you know, they just saying so much stuff. Is like as if we created these things that gave us these ailments, but you are the hospital.
It's the food that
Well,
they're giving
that
us.
and the medication we take.
And how you're not fasting.
But if America has hospitals in the
Well,
world,
we just got rid of the World Health Organization.
yeah,
Big
the worst
Pharma,
health,
we made
the
it
worst
get
health.
Well, no, let's put it like
have
this.
maturity.
Let's put it like this. That's not true neither.
What's the last thing
That's
they
not
heard?
fully true.
Okay.
Because so how are they catching this?
Do the
that
stuff
they-
that they put in their hair, do the bra they wear.
Oh no! Would you think we get sprayed?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
People
So-
are not allergic. They're allergic to the stuff they spray on the fruits.
I was told in what you call a flash dream
A vision.
from the ancestors.
Okay, go ahead. I'm listening.
She said, all of us sick.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a matter of time before we die. They already poisoned us.
Mm-hmm.
They done poisoned us for generations.
Yeah.
So when you say you're doing a healthy life, you say, look, I'm healthy. I'm working out. I mean, we got to do what we got to do to stay healthy. But then guess what? Those healthy freaks die faster than the person that ain't healthy. What's wrong? Something is going on. He must not taking the poisonous medication that can keep him moving.
Oh, yeah.
What's going on?
Mind over matter.
Now here's a guy.
Like you
Here's
said,
this the old.
Sick.
Hey, now this old man, this is the old guy who just died in the military. He was 114. Man said, "God drink, come smoke, everything, whoop, did done everything." No man outlived all his family members, his relatives,
And
everybody, sports people. I'm saying, why focus? He said, "Don't worry about it. Get with what you're comfortable with, and that's it. Don't allow that. Oh, just do this to you. Eat healthy, do healthy things, but the fact is, what else is killing us when we're trying to be healthy? When they spraying us and putting stuff in our water, how are you healthy? When you do, no matter, if you go to work, you problem.
Right.
You go to. Okay. Remember the lady? Did y'all see the lady that had lettuce, and she was showing? And then we got to
It's
think
like
about
the little bread that they had with the little
the rice, everything that we ingest.
We having everything that poison our whole life.
Yeah, the pesticides or the
So-
shit they inject in the animals. You are what you eat. So you know what I mean.
And how can you
The
fix it?
mercury
I
in
asked
the
everybody
fish.
that on social media. I said, you know, if you are what you eat, then that means that there's a whole lot of people related to cows and chickens and everything.
Right.
Mhm.
Or
Because
eating stuff
You
out the
have,
plastic.
once you
the sugar,
consume
the
that
artificial.
animal, you have its DNA.
Yeah,
Right,
and it's already
right,
dead, so you're
right.
consuming dead,
Right.
nothing that has energy. You know what I mean? Like not like a flower.
Anything-
Right. Yeah, it's just
anything-
rotten meat.
Anything that had blood running through its veins and you ate it, you consume.
And that's what we eating off is the blood and starch.
Yeah.
Everything is blood and starch.
Let's clarify the because religious texts have distorted a lot of people understanding about food and meat, especially.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it ain't from my study throughout history. It ain't many
Mm-hmm.
vegan races. Okay?
But everybody fasts.
Okay.
Every
Ain't
religion fasts.
vegan races. If I got a cow
Mm-hmm.
or an ox or a buffalo eat nothing but vegetation, I believe that animal, due to the fact that everything consumes itself in nature,
Mm-hmm.
everything feeds itself,
Mm-hmm.
and everything that you see on walls before there was primitive civilization show men hunting
Mm-hmm.
antelope, hunting
How
buffalo.
often did
on
they eat
walls.
that meat though?
Fishing,
Skip all your religions before all that existed.
like I said.
Okay, so how did these people, even our people here in America,
Mm-hmm.
okay, we survived off buffalo and ox.
But how often did they eat the meat? Is what I'm saying.
And that's the thing. It's about, that's what I'm gonna say.
Okay.
It's about how much you're doing it. Now it's like crack won't kill you, and it ain't abusive if you smoke it once a week.
Mm-hmm.
But if you smoke this shit,
Every day.
you're gonna be
Skinny
okay.
someday.
So now if you eating beef every day, and you know your body take about a week or two to break down beef before it come out your body, and you constantly feeding yourself beef, but roast burgers from McDonald's and shit, and all this stuff, do you know what's gonna happen in your body? It's gonna deteriorate naturally. Because even though they got poison in the meat too, I'm just saying, in any food, but it's other foods you can eat on, like How to Eat to Live. I recommend anybody get that book. 1 meal a day, you can eat meat.
Of course.
1 meal a day.
And what are
you
they
can
doing?
eat meat
They're
that one
basically
meal.
fasting.
You
off
eat
of that.
vegetables,
You know what I
little
mean?
knick-knack stuff, but that 1 meal a day, they eat that meat that 1 meal a day. Now I'm to the point where, babe, we're gonna eat. We just had steak.
Mm-hmm.
I make sure our steak can be right, and then we ain't gonna have no meat product stuff for 2-3 days.
Yeah, that's how you're supposed to
And
do.
then I make
Because you can't. Your digestive system
It's
doesn't
rough.
digest
It's hard.
it. Digest it. It sits in your stomach forever. You know what I'm saying? And so if you took a piece of meat, even that you cooked, and you took it and you laid it in your garbage can and you take the trash can out for a week or two, that's gonna have maggots. on it within.
It don't even take that long. You put some pork out and pour some Coca-Cola on it.
That should be gonna put it in
Give it an
90
hour.
degrees sun.
Yeah.
And it'll
It's
show
gonna
you
be
what it's
squirming
about.
everywhere.
So, and what do you think it's doing in your stomach?
Exactly.
It's the same thing.
So-
but you have it's a little difference because I was
But you were doing was eat them in
How's
intermittent
it
fasting
different?
because
How is it different if when your
I
dog
was-
eats it, they get worms?
Too
that-
much
Well, no.
anything is not
What
good.
happened
You know,
is
too much
that
of anything.
the chart. Well, okay, let me see. As a nation, because this is 5% knowledge of eating. When you eat these foods, right? If a food you sit out a cooked steak out there and let it sit
It'll
with
move
no
on its own.
oxygen,
It'll
with
crawl.
nothing with it, it's gonna eventually develop maggots, right?
Mhm.
Okay,
Because of the
because
maggots, they
when you
move
eat
it.
the food and you put it in your body, that same food is being lubricated with all type of things, your saliva,
Yeah.
your acid in your
Acid.
stomach is eating, so it don't have time to break down and become maggots. So you do digest it. Now, for you to get worms, is that you've been eating defected or tainted food,
Sugar buildup too.
Mhm.
and you get worms. But we don't know. See, the doctors, we got doctors that ain't gonna never tell us.
Why? Because you paying them to
True.
keep you sick.
The only thing I can go
Right,
off of is
right,
experience, like as I
Guilt
was
is not
in
a
prison
form
of
in
a
Avenal,
Uh-huh.
Guilt is not a
and
cure.
and I love chicken. So I try my best not to eat so much chicken either. But I try to find the smallest chicken.
Yeah.
I don't go in there looking at that Foster Farm chicken look like a turkey leg. It is a chicken leg, you know what I'm saying? What the heck I'm
But you
doing
see,
that?
us as black people or people in general, we thinking about what our next meal is while we eating. So our stomachs are our gods, and we gotta have meat with everything. If you look at these other countries, they're raising their
we're
own goats.
eating- we're
They're
eating.
raising their own goats. They watching what their goats eat, and they only eating it maybe maybe once every 2 weeks.
We-
And they even have
we-
a sex
we-
with
we-
those.
Yeah, you know they having that.
That too. We Aboriginal people are in America. I'm gonna just say America.
Mhm.
Aboriginal people, aka African Americans, are on a European diet.
Right.
This is why we're dying.
Right.
Okay, by us being what you would consider alkaline people.
Yeah, we don't know what our
Okay.
mothers, our grandfathers ate, so we
And-
eating what they give us.
Well, no, actually, we still eat the slave food because we won't let it go. See, we free, but we still want to eat food.
That's
We
what I
still
mean.
want to eat the
That's
shit
not-
that our ancestors were forced to eat.
Because they used to
You know what I'm saying?
give them what
They should do all that shit.
Yeah.
They
Before
were
we
forced
came
to
from
eat that.
Africa, we knew what was right for our body.
Well, I mean, all of this
When they brought us here, we eat what they give us.
I look
Well,
at
no,
it from
they
biblical
eat, they
standpoint.
over accessorizing
From the
everything that
biblical
we already
standpoint,
was
God
eating
didn't
here.
want us to eat animals. We're supposed to be eating fruits and vegetables.
He said,
He
let the
said-
Well, no,
he said let the
no,
fruits be for
no,
food
no,
and
no.
the leaves be for
Well,
healing.
no.
That's
Who
in
said
Genesis.
that?
That's in Genesis
Well,
and
let's
Revelation.
scratch that. Let's scratch that. We can scratch that right now.
He said,
Now,
let the
you're
fruit
letting the book tell you that.
and fast.
And I guarantee you right now, as vegans won't tell you this. You know how much they say.
From what?
If I gave you vegetables
Uh-huh.
and gave you nuts for the next 5 years, you'll be dead.
Why is that?
Guaranteed.
I haven't ate no meat in 2 years.
Huh?
I damn sure ain't nowhere.
I'm saying, we don't know.
know.
because the fatting in it. And everybody, the Bible told you that. Explain to me. No. Well, that's only because George Washington Carter created that in
I can prove it to you
1904.
right
So
now.
he converted peanut butter over.
I can
But
prove
what
it
I'm
to you
saying,
right now.
well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. What I'm saying to you is that when people I see people say, I'm vegan, you're not human because you eat food, and they got the worst spirit on earth. I don't want to hear that
Mhm.
because you think you only eat meat, that you somebody special. Because the white man ate everything known to man and still beat your vegan ass.
Mhm.
Okay, let's get straight. Now, before we go further than that,
Mhm.
let's go on the walls all around this goddamn world. And what do you see people doing? Hunting, gathering, eating meat way before it was a vegan, and they eat vegetables
But I
too,
tell you like this.
but not as much
You
as
put-
we eat
you
meat
put-
today.
you put
They
a
still
rabbit-
ate it. They still ate
You
it.
know, you
So
put-
if you ain't no vegetation,
I got a bunch
like
of
the
rabbits
Caucasoid,
Yeah.
like the Caucasoid man,
Let me
he
tell
didn't
you
have
like
no
this.
vegetation in the
Okay,
snow.
okay, I
So
got-
he regurgitated to being a cannibal and a carnivore, a human carnivore.
Let me tell you,
Okay.
wait a minute,
Yeah.
wait a minute, brother. Let me tell you how sick people can be. I have my oldest brother. Now, this is my oldest brother to watch my house for me.
Mhm.
And when I came back, this boy done fried my fish out of my aquarium.
Ooh.
Right?
Wow.
No, the heck he didn't. What? You
I
lying?
swear to God, I couldn't believe it.
Wow.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, how could you? Ricky, he did that. My brother Ricky.
Wow.
I had an Oscar.
But
And
back,
he ate
back,
him.
back to the subject at hand. So to
I'm
bring
not
awareness
That's
Yeah.
deep.
to
Oh,
the
well,
missing
sorry,
women.
family, y'all. We got off topic. We got to talk about food. I know it's a scary topic. A lot of people love all their pork and pig, and they love. I'm not letting go of pig. Well, hey, that's gonna be part of your personal.
We supply and demand on the chopping block. We
Yeah.
understand that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, we ain't no hard feelings in it.
They
I don't. People gonna do what you're gonna do. If you find you got there's other ways to be healthy. You can be healthy mentally. You can be healthy spiritually. A lot of people say, no, you can't with me. Then you. That's a damn lie. But that's another story.
Mhm.
But anyway,
But to bring
let's
back
get
the
back
awareness
on
campaign,
the missing black women in America, black people in America.
we need to
Oh,
start
hold on,
moving.
hold on. I think we done went live somewhere else
We
too.
done jumped off, John.
I do.
Oh, you got somebody on there.
Yeah, I can see we're actually on Terry's show. So hold on, you guys. Let's see where we are. Hi, Terry. Can you hear me? I don't think so. Let me see. We have to. Oh, my video's blocked. Okay, there we go. Hi, Terry. Does he see me? Is my mic blocked too?
Don't you have to pass it to him to be the host, take over the host situation?
Oh, maybe so. Maybe he has to. I know I can see him, but I can't hear him.
There's a couple of people on there. It says 800,000 missing black people in America a year.
Motion
That-
detected at the front door.
Majority of them don't even get reported.
Motion detected.
And you know
at
what?
the
They
front
steal
door.
the mother, then the CPS get it, so the state always profiting off of something.
CPS.
They the
is
biggest
main corporate.
98% of their end in adoption, especially if you're the yoke, meaning if you're the grandmother of that child, you get
Okay.
an extra
I
percent.
think they can hear us. Hi, Terry. Can you hear us?
They,
I hear you.
They eating us too. Yeah, for the Satanists, they eating us.
Let me see the remote.
Rituals.
Yeah, they got to. You know, they gotta scare the kid and they keep it in fear. So when they kill it in fear, they can
Okay,
drink that
hold
blood
on,
with
because I think we went
that.
live. Can you hear me now?
He say something else.
Hi.
Testing, 1, 2. Testing, 1, 2.
Say something else. Hi.
No, say something else.
Something else.
Okay, there you go.
Oh, this one. He was
I
just-
caught on to what he said. He didn't get me to.
We can't turn it up a little bit more?
I'm trying to.
Is his volume down?
Oh, I turned them off. Hold on. Get it come right back up. Here we go. Hold on.
So we got T-Rod. I see T-Rod on. T-Rod, we got.
Hold on.
Is a Brandon Jackson.
It's come. Oh, it's just coming out of my thing. Hold on.
So, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you barely, but I.
Three Raider fans we got with us.
Who?
We say,
We have brother introduce
J. Cole
yourself.
and me.
And T Wisdom, introduce yourself, please.
G Wisdom.
Donald Griffin.
Wait a minute, we need to decide if we need to stay on. So, are they Raider fans?
Are
No.
there- No.
Oh, I ain't-
Not
He
at all.
said Raider.
Not at all.
There.
No. I'm not even a Raider fan. I'm a 49er. So. Hate to
You done
disappoint
just
you.
made enemies with him now.
Why don't somebody want to be a 49er understand. But we don't let you, because I'm a Christian, we don't let you say all.
All right. Hold on, I wish it was a. Let me ask you that.
All right,
Yeah, we can hear them.
I forgot. I thought it would pick up off my TV.
let's just do a quick check in. Just give us like 20 seconds of who you are. Just bold about yourself. Don't feel like you can be
You guys do an introduction.
you want to be. Just tell us who you are.
Hold on, you guys go ahead and do the introduction.
We'll get
Oh, wait, do you know where,
Okay.
is that Liberal Brown speaker?
What was he saying?
I'm Donald Griffin, founder of New Generation Deer. I do commercials addressing youth in homeless situations of Reno, Nevada.
Yeah, I'm T Wisdom. I'm a local little artist and a little community activist, you know, helping build and organize in the community.
And I'm Jonathan Coleman, owner of Street Intellect Magazine, motivation speaker, teacher, and activist in the community with T Wisdom. We got a movement called Unity Community Project that we incorporate out here in the community. And any communities that want to get involved too.
All right, I like the sound of that. All right, let's go with Brandon Jackson. Let's go with Brandon Jackson.
Oh, I'm trying to turn it in. I don't know what my pickup is.
I'm in the job, whatever, and rocking with y'all tonight. Getting ready for work.
Man, I didn't know the TV was gonna do that. I've never been on Zoom before.
All right. One dog.
Hey, yeah, so I'm one gun. I'm a DJ. I'm activist as well.
I should do
I have
it
a
one
fishing
dog.
program called Ritual Fishing on Violence. I have a healing circle called Mr. T.
Right.
Circle.
Let me say something.
Jonathan.
Do you see one that says earphone?
I see something right here.
See right here?
Terry Moore.
What do you say, earphone?
Victor,
Is it?
last name.
Excuse me, I'm trying to get some help. Baby. Okay. Go ahead. Yeah, you guys go ahead. I think I'm gonna. Oh, I got the wrong cord.
We're having sound difficulties.
Yeah, we just muted the sound. Hold on a second.
We're starting up a group of young men to get them ready for Morehouse.
Did you plug it back in?
I like it. That's beautiful.
There we go.
It might be, I have to do it on the computer.
Turn the volume
You see
up.
it
Sound right there.
right here?
Yeah. There you go. Turn it up. Turn it up. There we go.
So he said that he can't participate tonight because he has some due for class.
You have to plug that back in.
Going after his master's due for class.
There we go.
We have a sister who's in New York. She's trying to join on. She has a serious migraine headache that she's trying to get rid of. So she's on the East Coast. She set her alarm for 11 p.m., but she's trying to get rid of that headache. Officer Jason Walker sent a message, and I believe he is working. Let me look at his message. So he said that he's going to try to get on. He says, he has some business to handle this afternoon. He completely spaced on. He'll get on here if he can. This just letting you know where some of the prayers are. The others, we're waiting on. Let me check the waiting room. Nobody in the waiting room. Let's get going with what we have. Tammy is had a little surgical surgery or whatever you want to call it, and so she's listening in the background. And so let's go ahead and get started. I kind of want to tell you, if you're looking for the perfect group, looking for the perfect Zoom, there isn't one.
Mhm.
And if you find one, don't you join it, because you definitely gonna mess it up. Just want to let you know that, all right? And then I want to let you know that sometimes the black people attack what we're doing and tear it down with the person. So tonight we're looking for people who want to build up. If there's 10 things and 9 of the 10 things are great, let's talk about the 9 things, not the one thing that you think is not so great. Okay, so this is a great workshop, but it's not your workshop. It's our workshop. And so we're going to do it together. Other thing is, people don't want to hear your opinion. They want to hear their opinion coming out of your mouth. So that's what they want. So that might not happen for you, all right? And we want to keep in mind that no race is superior to the other. We are all God's children all day, every day. So this is not a racial thing. But tonight we're talking about building our own community, building ourselves. And I got a little thing I wanted to go to get it started, and I'll throw out some topics, and you guys can kind of share on those topics. But we have to stop using systematic racism as an excuse. It only applies when you need or depend on the system for your access. This meeting is about building our own, so we don't have to ask the system for anything. We can stop asking to be equal and start focusing on being great for ourselves, like the Asian race and community and the Hispanic race and community and the Caucasian race. They are great for themselves. We need to build our own pit schools. If they don't want to let us attend their schools, we'll build our own pit schools. It's a systematic problem that we have. We need to strengthen our households. Black lives don't and won't matter to others if we are showing that Black lives don't matter to us. This is what our people are going to be talking about and what they're talking about on social media. I saw a lot of posts about that today, about that. And so I'll read some of those posts real quick just to get us started, just so you guys know it's not coming from me, but I do have a concern about it. This one in particular is what we want to address, and we want to see what we can do about it. This one post is from Kyrie Malik Moore, my brother. He said, "Man, I saw the video of what happened. It was sad, totally unexpected, unwarranted. We have to do a better job of loving our own image. I don't care what anybody says. I agree with the notion that Black lives matter, and that includes making it matter to us." Charles Williams says, "My first cousin, Brian J. Jackson, was killed at the Coney Island last night. Black lives matter. When Black folks decide it matters also. Hashtag violence." There was one that says, "Say his name, Jeremy Southern isn't who we think he is. Connect the dots." This is by Barry Axios. If we're asking for accountability and transparency, we must have the same thing in our communities as well, or we will not be taken seriously. And then this one is one that we've been kind of talking about that we want to address today. Barry Access again says, "Y'all keep following organization with tarnished credibility like Black Lives Matter SAC, which technically shouldn't even be using Black Lives Matter name, but that's another story. They only get charged up when Black men get police, even if the Black man puts himself in his own unfortunate predicament. If you want to lead people correctly with transparency, not TMZ style gossip or misleading information or false narrative, or hype up your small base of followers. It's dangerous." This is by Denise McCoy, who we're hoping will come on. "Black folks, we know Black Lives Matter, but other races are looking at us and also asking, do Black Lives Matter to us? We got to do better for us, and others may follow suit. Don't get me wrong, police brutality is also at the top of the list as well, but we need to help stop Black on Black crime." So this is just some of the topics that I think we really have to start in our households. And I'm really strong on figuring out, what we can do to have our own so that we don't need the system. And tonight I kind of want to start it off by saying that we're blessed, not stressed. All right. I have a praise report that is going to get us all excited. I got excited when Brother Kareem sent it to me. But one thing we have to realize is that we have a lot of accomplishments, and we're no longer slaves. Right? We have to know that we're no longer slaves to anybody or anything. This praise report, which I can send you the link, it says that the number one metro area for African Americans advancement, the number one metro area for African American advancement has always been Atlanta. It is now Sacramento, California. And when I heard that, I said, man, oh man. The article about, I can send you the link, but the number one metro area for African American advancement is Sacramento, California. And I had not heard that before. I hadn't even heard it. So when I say blessed, not stressed, or blessed, not oppressed, we really need to bring up stuff like that. Blessed, not oppressed, because we have some great achievements. I still want to talk about the fact that we have the first black president. But it's controversial because some people say Bill was the first black president, but the first darker skinned black was Barack Obama, and in Sacramento, Kevin Johnson was the first African American mayor. So, I just want to include some of these incredible positive things that sometimes we're so busy talking about things that hold us down or what we're not achieving, and we are achieving those things. Bill Steinberg, our mayor, is giving 41% into Measure U. And so there's a lot of good stuff, but we do have to talk about some other stuff. The last thing is that we talked about sowing into our own. And like I said, we have, out of that conversation, it wasn't any pressure, but we have 5 people that have decided to sow into one of the groups. So I'm going to sow into Hooked on Fishing. And what I ask is that if you could give $1 per month, right? And if any of you have a business you wanted to sow into, you need to speak up, because the only person that I remember spoke up was Tim. And so I have a business too, but I can't ask you for money because I don't want you to think I'm hosting this thing to get money. I'm hosting this thing to circulate a little money within ourselves. $1 a month will give him $12, and most of you are just going to say that up front. That's going to feed one kid on the fishing trip. So we all feed one kid, and we're helping them out, because if 10 of us do that, my math ain't that great because I went to Burbank, but I'm thinking that's 10 kids. I'm thinking 10 kids could be a whole fishing trip, right? And Sister Pearl, you have a radio show. You have all these media outlets, and I want to talk to you about how we can get on that. Can we get off for free, or will it cost? Or can I give you Brandon's left arm, or how do we get on that radio show?
We want the arm.
All right, so let's open it up. And I know you guys have some subjects you want to talk about. I have some subjects I'll throw out a little later. But who wants to start off and bring us something, and remember, also bring us a resource, right? So if you have a resource that you need support for or that you want to offer, like the Oak Park Community Center, I know they have stuff over there for you. The Robertson Center, I know they have stuff over there. I know Daryl Roberts does some stuff over there. I mean, I don't know if anybody knows about this stuff, but we have it. We want to make sure we throw it out. Center for Father Families is helping families. Co-parenting and From a Boy to a Man workshop. They got a mom's being mom right now. Brandon Jackson, he is a praise dance hip hop instructor, and he trains kids to do dance and keep them off the street. And so if you have something, please throw it out there. But Brother Theron's got the dance group, the men group, Iron Sharpens Iron. So we have a lot of power and resources. We just want to make sure we throw them out. I'm really going to shut up this time. And somebody take the lead and talk about what you want to talk about and give us something good.
Okay, well, I want to take the lead real quick, because, you know, all of these different resources and stuff that you just named, I mean, I think that that is very powerful just within itself, because each one of us, you know, have an independent business that is actually a contribution to what we are trying to bring to the table. You know, in some aspect, you can dig in your business and go, now how can I take this and help and make this apply to making things better for our youth in our community, and how can we bring all of our businesses together and make it even greater than that. And so I think that it's very, very powerful. The businesses that you have are the tools that we need and are the essentials that we need in order for us to prosper and grow, you know. And so just like Donald, you know, tell them about the community and how you're working with the kids right now.
When I go to the what they call Pride House, I go to the halfway homes and get the stories of the youth and ask them what is it that we can do, bring it to the schools that make it better. Some of them voice their opinions about washing machines, more after school program. The washing machines and dryers are for the ones who don't have them, that can come and wash their clothes. After night programs where we develop video games. Instead of just playing them, we teach the kids how to make their own video games. We set up food boxes out there for the kids that can walking down the street. They call them karma boxes, but it's just something that you can just go in if you don't have enough food at home, go in there, grab a loaf of bread out. Just start doing things in our community that I see that other communities doing that we can benefit from. So I want to know, how can we get into the schools, bring washing machines and more activity for the kids to be involved with, so we can get them off the street corners.
But see, we have an after-school program at the Center for Fathers and Families. Do you work with parents that have babies?
I work with a lot of the homeless. I'm an outreach for the city. I work with a lot of the homeless, and a lot of them do have the babies that are in CPS, so they losing them behind their drug activities and other activities that they're going through in life.
Okay. So what I'm kind of leading you to in a sneaky way is there anybody on the line that can use some brand new cribs?
Yes.
You can. What's your name?
Donald Griffin.
Okay, and can you either message me your number, or do you mind saying it out loud?
775-232-9815. Thank you.
775-232-9815.
15.
You know, when you started, I thought you were trying to Morris Day me.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, this is like 777. I said you can message me. You didn't have to Morris Day me.
Yeah. All right.
So, you have a truck?
I have a car. Yeah. I can rent a truck.
We got trucks.
Yeah, I got trucks.
We got
You rent a
trucks.
truck tomorrow. I'm gonna sow into your ministry. I apologize for calling it ministry, but that's what I consider it is.
Okay.
I'm gonna call you, and you're gonna meet me, and we're gonna fill your truck up with cribs and some other stuff.
All right.
Amen.
Yeah. All right.
Yes, sir.
And so I love what you're doing. Anybody else want to chime in, or do you have more to share with us?
Yeah.
Me?
Oh, wait.
Well, at this time, what we got in the works is trying to open up a little bookstore. And within that bookstore, we're trying to do some little literacy programs, you know what I mean, to inspire the kids to do a little more reading. Also within that, I wanted to set up a platform as far as like entrepreneurs and business development, inspire more black men, whoever, to start a business of some sort. You know what I mean? A lot of black men are talented and have skills that they could incorporate a business behind, but not knowing, you know, the paperwork and ins and outs and setups of the legal situation. That's the aim, to just encourage and inspire as many independent businesses, inspire the literacy program within the youth, and see what blossoms out of that, because knowledge is power.
All right. So Don, I'm gonna go back to Donald for a minute, and I'll address that. So Donald, also, if you could give me some tomorrow when I see you, bring me a card because I'm gonna introduce what you do to our after school program.
Okay.
See if one of the school districts will pick you up. And right now school's not in, but
Yes.
I think it'd be a good match for a school district. And then what's your name, sir? The guy next to you?
T Wisdom.
T Wisdom. I'm sorry.
Yes, sir.
How old are you, T Wisdom?
I'm 40 years old.
40?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so the reason I forgot your name is because I'm 53.
I heard that.
You'll understand when you get there.
All right.
Yeah,
You didn't hit the halfway mark. Okay.
Hey, man. Sometimes they ask me my name and I have to look at my ID.
Ah,
Damn.
I heard that.
So, do you need books?
Yeah. As many books as possible.
Well,
Go ahead.
Oh, well, we one thing gonna be unique about the store is that we seek out those books that's hidden, the books that is awareness of enlightenment of our history, despite what we already know. We looking because we got a lot of jewel books already that you wouldn't even find in the bookstore. So we're trying to get those jewel books, those books that tell that hidden history, that forgotten history. You know, not saying that we won't have the common history we got. We just looking for those type of jewels because they're so hard to find.
At the same time, yeah, we aiming at a lot of like financial literacy books. We've been doing some reading on Claude Anderson and things of that. So building the financial understanding and the economic base is what the goal is.
Basically, the Black Wall Street process of how Black Wall Street has got established and what we're doing now, due to history research, that by us allocating each other resources and connections is how Black Wall Street, not just Black Wall Street in Oklahoma, we mean the Carolinas, the Floridas, the Phillies. This is how what we're doing now. We basically repeating and coming to a mind state that this is what we have to do despite our differences of religion or whatever. So we basically trying to incorporate things that we can be self-sufficient. Like, as example, I go outside and see a Mexican check cashing place. That's where I go. I don't have no black one to go to. You know, we basically want to establish our own Black Wall Street along with the information necessary for people to know why they're building this Wall Street. Not that we're being racist against anyone. It's a necessity that we're supposed to do for our children's future so they can have things they can fall back on, and we can give our children things instead of not letting them run out in the street and do the things they did because they feel they don't have nothing to fall back on. Family members don't want to give them nothing, or there ain't no jobs or things like that. We should be, truthfully, I'll say this. I hire my own son. I don't know about anybody else, but I pay my own son and I pay my daughters to do things that outside the normal stuff. I pay them. I'll be like, okay, you know, I could go call a Mexican to do this. Can you do this for me? And you know, that's how my dad taught me. So I'm just trying to generate that same mentality with the youth that we deal with. That like, create your own job. What your passion is can probably pay you. You know, my passion paid me. You know, and that's what I teach them, and I feel that we should teach them trades. Okay, you know, we can give them the information we want, but you know, I talk to them. I say, "What do you do? What do you do? What do you do?" And try to get their trades out there and get them to utilize those for a financial platform for themselves.
Like,
What's your name again?
And what? Yeah.
Oh, Jonathan Coleman. One guy don't know me. I'm from Sacramento too. I'm from Sacramento Park. They know me. You know, they know me as Meat, but you know, Jay Coleman. I'm, you know.
So you guys need to hook up with Mother Rose. You know who Mother Rose is?
Mm-mm.
Mother Rose is Kevin Johnson's mother.
Oh yeah. I know her. Yeah, I am from across the street. Yeah, I know KJ. I don't know his mother personally, but Mother Rose.
Amazon Books is renovating right now, but you know, get in touch with her because she can probably help you out with those unique books. I have a lot of books, but it's not what you're looking for. But if you're ever just looking for some basic standard books, I can donate books.
Okay, we can take those too. Ain't no books denied. You know,
All right, so,
Mother Rose.
Hey, so can I intervene for a minute?
So So I'm trying to, I talk a lot of trash. Black people get mad at me. I don't care. But I talk trash about black people. You want to hear some jokes I got them for you? They get mad if you want to.
Well,
But
Jerry,
I also help. So I'm willing to donate. I'm willing to help out.
I wanted to also let you know, Donald, he's into poetry and spoken words, and I know you are too. So maybe you guys might be able to find some stuff to put together. But real
I
quick,
don't want to hear poetry because he's a 49er fan.
okay, but
I'm
listen.
being nice enough to donate to him. Don't push it.
Okay. What if we could?
Let me hear some poetry right now. Can you drop one right now?
No, I can't drop one right now.
You go to slam. Hey, I used to go to. Do you remember the press club downtown back in the days?
Yeah, I do.
Y'all remember to do this? Oh, so you remember the slam? You remember the slam poetry contests over there? The slam poetry there? Yeah, you can't do that, man.
Yeah.
You can't say you got poetry. You can't just come off the head.
Yeah.
Come with nothing.
If anybody calls you out as a poet, you got to be able to drop one.
Yeah, drop it, man.
Well, I put him on the spot. Then I guess I'm sorry. But
next time you'll be ready.
see, I wanted to also say just real quick, and I'm going to get out of everybody's hair, but I want to just say this. I was wondering, like, could we put together like some type of edutainment, event to where we can even have like youth do Zoom talent performance where they pay a little bit to get in, and we take the money to help one Dawn's fishing thing or something that Terry might be doing the next month or something, and then spotlight these individuals for the things that they're doing and giving them, recognition, that type of stuff. I was just thinking, even with the social distancing thing, I'm sure that we could put something together, you know what I mean, where it generates funding, or help them, where they, are able to come on, one of my television shows or the radio shows, as an award for, their achievements and stuff like that. So I'm just trying to, throw some things out there, but little safe ways to go about, doing fundraisers and stuff that include the youth, that because a lot of them their parents aren't paying no attention to them, don't care what they doing. They want them to move before you knock over my beer or knock my crack down and, just get out the way kind of thing. And we want to, just be able to, show them that, there is a way, what I mean, make a way out of no way, kind of thing. I guess that's what I'm trying to say.
Definitely. I'm going to go back and tell you guys something real quick. So I like the book thing because, if I was homeless and I had to live with T. Wisdom and Jonathan and Donald, and I had money in my pocket, you know where I would put that money to keep it safe?
In a book. Because a lot of people won't pick it up.
Black people ain't gonna pick it up, but it's been safe there for years.
Hey, I actually done that. I actually be doing that at home.
No, my partner and his daughter was working at a book thing.
Yeah.
And she digging through the little inventory and opened up a book. It's $600 in the book.
Somebody's lost. Yeah. One gone. I was gonna ask you real quick. Where you plan on taking them fishing?
This Saturday, we going to Southside Park for a fishing clinic. We have the Sacramento Police Athletic League and the California Fish and Game that's going to join us out there.
Okay.
I'm trying to put a little piece together so I can put a DVD together. I have a junior instructor. I've been instructing 3 young men from the age of 14 to 18 on how to facilitate a fishing clinic. So that's what I've been doing in the last couple of weeks. Also, when you talk about entrepreneurship program, if you give me a call, I'm the president of We Can Work It Out. And what that is It's an entrepreneurship program based right now for young people, showing them how to put together a business plan, how to budget, financial literacy.
That's right.
We have plenty of books on that. So I wanted to interject, but I just wanted to wait my turn
Right.
to offer you all this information and a link to link up to.
Okay.
So I want to let you know right now, there's no turn. If we're cutting each other off and fighting over doing some great things, cut the next person off. Interject, throw yourself in there, because I don't mind that kind of cutoff and that kind of shortcut, that kind of argument.
If it's gonna sharpen the sword, cut him off.
So here's where I'm headed with this. I think we've taken care of, we've got to go to Donald and his guys. We've got some money coming to you, Tim. But we need to take care of Brandon and Theron. But before we do that, I can't go on without sharing. My heart is hurt today because of the loss of Lisa Lacy, who ran Images Play Company. She passed away this morning due to a failed heart surgery, and I was just devastated earlier today when I heard that. I got a migraine headache immediately, but she has passed away. I'm sorry if you're just now hearing this, but I don't want to talk about it too much, but just keep her family, her friends, and her supporters in prayer. She did a lot for poetry, and a lot of the actors and actresses that have made it far have made it because of her. And I want to just point out one thing that I think about is how she pushed to keep Images going. My last communication with her, she inboxed me and didn't even say hi. She was like, "Terry, can you buy 4 of these $20 tickets to this play?" I said, "Well, I can't. I'm not available that day." She said, "Buy them anyway and give them to somebody else." So I said, all right, I got you. But she was pushing to make that last play successful, and it sold completely out. So that's the entrepreneurship. She held me accountable, and she forced me to support her, and I think that's what we have to do with each other. That's what we're doing right now before we get into the heavy stuff. So I'm going to give it back to Tim and then Brandon. I know you're on the line. I don't see your fleek beard no more. We get to YouTube, Theron, but if you can come back on, because after Tim, we want you to tell us more about what you do, so maybe we can give you some of our kids or donate or do something. All right, go ahead, Wangong.
Okay, so right now, in our entrepreneurship program, we have taught our youth something using their hands. We asked them, what if you could pick a job using your hand, and you don't need a college skill, but you do, a college degree, but you do need to have skills, what job do you think you could qualify for? And so a lot of the kids say, I don't know. I said, okay, so can you fix your bike? Some said no. And I was shocked. 17-year-old young men have never changed the tire on their bike. So I said, for those that can change your bike, you're a mechanic already. You just have to take your skill a little further. And then there was janitorial work. I asked them, I said, how many of you all have house chores? Everybody said, well, I got chores. I said, well, you're a janitor. I said, but you just have to build your skill. I said, how many of you all have a big piggy bank and count your money all the time? And some of them, not one said they had a piggy bank, but they had some money. Right? And so I was telling them, while you count your money, you are yourself up to be a teller at the bank. You could be at, I said, you just got to build your skill. And so when you tell kids that they have a chance by the little that they know, they want to seek to find more information on building that skill. And so I've talked to parents, and I asked them, I said, I implore you to push your child into doing what you see them do good. If your son is a good vacuumer, make sure you boost him up on that.
Show him how to carpet clean after that.
He can own his own janitorial service. He can own his own janitorial service. You know, if he knows how to wipe down the counter real good, you know, you have to build our kids from where they are. See, a lot of us, we're not building our kids up. And what we're doing is a lot of parents is doing what Miss Pearl said. Get away from me. You're going to knock down my soda, my beer, or my whatever, you know. And when you separate yourself from a youth, when you separate yourself from your youth is looking for love. And when they find love, it might be in the wrong places. And so today on our Zoom, every day we do a Zoom, we do a check-in before our youth go out. So right now we have them cutting grass, cleaning up a few churches. Now that the church is closed, we just going to wipe them down, just giving them simple tasks that they can complete, feel good about, and still get paid, right? And so I implore everyone that's on here to build up our youth, because our youth is broken right now. The music is breaking them. I stopped playing rap music now. I don't even play rap music. I just shut down the show. I didn't say, but I have Wise Words with One Gone. It's a podcast radio show. Come on every night. We talk about different topics, different subjects. Tonight I had some youth on there, so that's why I did not open up my show. I had to open up the show just because I knew they were going to be there. But then I told them, I'm on a Zoom, and tonight ain't going to be the night. We're going to be on all night. We ain't going to talk about too much. But I appreciate y'all tuning in, and I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. And so they took that and smiled. But what I want to say is that I am an advocate out there for the homeless as well. If I don't know who may have my Facebook page, but I always post the work that my youth do, because I take them to the streets so they can see the struggle that I'm already telling them in the healing circle, that if you don't obey and do the right things, these are the paths and the roads that you might find yourself on. And so with that being said, it's good to say things, but when you take kids and be a part of something like feeding the homeless, I call them misplaced, not homeless, but misplaced people. Our youth, they feel some type of way. And I got some kids that just came out of juvenile hall that has a lot of anger issues. And when they be able to give from their heart, it takes some of that anxiety off of their plate, you know. And so, I implore everyone to please talk to your youth, love on your youth, because no one at the house is really loving on the youth. Like Ms. Pearl said, they just want you to get away from me right now. You know, I'm paying the bills, I'm giving you food. You just get away from me. Go in your room, go do this. Instead of sitting down with your youth and saying, hey, what book have you read? Like Terry said, it's not too many people read no books. And so that right there is a hurting factor for our people. Because like they said, the old stigmatism is, if you want to hide something from a black man, put it in a book. And so just piggybacking off of what Terry said, we need to push literacy at an all-time high. I am also hooked up with Miss Dana. She has the Boys in the Hood Book Club. You can go on Facebook and look for Boys in the Hood Book Club, and you'll see young brothers doing their best to read books out of their league, out the box. We tell them to read books out the box. We don't want you to read what is Cat in the Hat. You know, we want you to read something that's going to take your mind to another place. And so with that said, I appreciate the time, but the website you can go to tonight to find out about that entrepreneurship program that I'm talking about is www.wecanworkitout. Yes, we can work it out. Go there. We have a lot of programs for youth right now. And so maybe you can bring that to your city. And because it's online. The brother that's ahead of it is Mr. Henry Hawthorne. He's knowledgeable. He's owned a realtor company for 35 years. He drove the train for Southern Pacific for 45 years. And he's an all-around good guy. And so he wouldn't mind helping any one of you all on this Zoom with anything you need to do concerning entrepreneurship, because that's what he does. He'll tell you he's not a social butterfly, but he is about economics, and he'll tell you that you can kill some of the social problems and illness with economics. And so with that being said, I'm gonna pass the mic because I can talk all night. Hey, Miss Pearl. Hey, Miss Pearl. What's up, Jonathan? I see you.
All right, I want to hit something else real quick. We're talking about, and I want to come back to you, one guy, so we get an update on what's going on with gang violence.
Yeah, I was just going to talk about that.
I'm going to throw back out blessed, not oppressed. I just don't want to talk to anybody who's talking about us being oppressed, right? I really want to talk about positivity, good things, and change. And I also want to talk about things that we can do to be better. One thing that we're not talking about is, in fullness, is COVID-19.
Mm-hmm.
And I hear, amongst Black people, you know what I've heard the most, right? I've heard about entanglement. That's the big thing with Black people, right? And I heard that the Touch of Class opened back up for a while. I heard about that.
Huh? Oh.
Shaky J. That's
Let's go
that's what I've been hearing about. Right? You talk to a Black man, hey, Shaky J's is open. Come on, man. So all them people went over to Touch of Class and got that coronavirus. But I want to throw this out because I think this is important information. So I heard about a lot of gatherings and barbecues. It's time to barbecue. I got invited to barbecues. And so this is what I told people who invited me. I mean, I appreciate the invitation, but I'm not coming. And the reason why is because this winter, medical experts will have a difficult time determining if our sickness is COVID-19 or influenza. And 90% of the people placed on ventilators perish. But we still doing barbecues. We still doing gatherings. I wish people would talk about being in entanglement with coronavirus as much as they would talk about we need to let Will go ahead and handle that. Now personally, there's three, if you want to talk about it, there's three different types of people that handle entanglements. There's Will Smith, there's Ike Turner, and there's O.J. Simpson. There's three different kind of guys. Right? I'll leave that right there. But back to the coronavirus, we really need to, because our people have been affected by coronavirus. We really need to start telling people when you see them post that I ain't gonna mention no names, when they're on boats, putting booty on the screen and showing 20 people on the boat, hopping from boat to boat with no mask. We really need to check those people. We really need to talk about people when they talk about, hey, I'm having a gathering, can you bring this? Or you want to come through? Or this and that. Now, we really need to help our people by saying, hey, man, I'm not trying to rain on your thing, but have you considered the pandemic that we're in? And are you knowledgeable about how it's affecting African Americans? They would love for all of us, to protest and barbecue. They want us to do that because if there's a protest, guess what happened? When the protest kicked up, so did the gang violence. So we're killing each other with gangs, and then let them stay out there. Let's extend the time they can be out there. Let them be out there all night, because now black people get coronavirus. And then to top it off, the ones that are left over from the coronavirus and gang violence, we'll just let the police kill them. I'm letting somebody else take it from me. I don't want to make you mad at me.
Hey,
but
so
real quick,
with that being said,
wait,
I'm gonna say one more thing, and then I'm gonna shut the mic down. So people ask me, hey, Tim, how are you doing this fishing clinic with the youth over at the Southside Park? Well, if you watch my Facebook page, first of all, it's all about safety when you're fishing with me. We have life vests on, we're gonna have our mask on, they're gonna have their gloves on, right? But not only that, around the lake, we have to stay. If you're not in one family, if your family ain't out there, you have to fish by yourself. And then we're gonna start. We don't do 6 feet. We do 12 to 20 feet. We go around the whole lake, and we make sure that your cough, if you do sneeze, you're not just sneezing right on us. It's gonna have to come about 20 feet, because what we do know is this thing is real. Right. We do know that people is dying. A lot of the kids, they take their mask off while they out there fishing with us. So you got 3 times to do that, to pull that mask down off your nose. I mean, it's got to be over your nose, not by your mouth, because just having it over your mouth is not stopping anything. You have to have it over your nose, right? And so they get 3 chances. After that, we take their fishing pole, they sit down. If their parents there, they have cleats. And that's the agreement that the kids came up with. I said, well, what you think we should do after the 3rd thing? One kid said, I think that they should go home, because if you're taking 3 chances to kill me, I want you to go home. And so we voted on that. And so there's ways you can do it. But you have to do the social distancing. And I don't think 6 feet is enough room, because a sneeze can go that 6 feet real quick. With that, I'm going to get out of here.
All right. Before I go to Brandon, I want to say also, salute to you brothers and sisters that are doing leadership. I need you to let the people know around you how important it is. I just listened to Kevin Berthia, who had 22 attempts at suicide. For you guys, he's going to be a speaker at the 100 Dads. We're having a 100 Dads Zoom conference on the 20th. He committed suicide 22 times. He tried to commit suicide 22 times.
Okay.
He even tried to jump off the Golden Gate Bridge. He jumped, and there was something there he accidentally jumped on. It was the only place on the bridge, and he landed on that. And then he put his hands up on his shirt, and his feet were tilted up where he should have fallen while they were trying to talk him off. And he said the wind pushed his chest back against the bridge for 92 minutes, I think he said. So he talked about the depression that he was in and what he was going through, and no one knew. His mom didn't know. He was in relationships they didn't know. So I know we want to bring up women and all that, but right now it's about Black men in leadership. We have to be healthy. We have to be strong, and you have to make sure that no matter how aggressive you have to be, you have to let your girl know. You got to let your mom know, your sister know. You got to let your friend. You have to let them know that they need to support you. We're men, and we may not express it all the time, but you gotta let them know, right? Because we got a lot of unhealthy leaders that are falling off, and the more men that fall off because of the black people in their household pulling them off assignment, that's the less men that can get out there and be successful. The way we do, Donald, in a poetry event is I have friends that we'll all jump into something. So if it's a poetry event that has 10 slots, I usually will fill that poetry event up with at least 7 of my people. And we always say, if we all get in it, one of us gonna win. Right? One of us gonna win. And we win, we split the money. So we take the top 2 and we split the money. So 2 of us are gonna keep it, or we put all the money back in the group. But if we all get in, one of us will win. So, you know, we as black men, as leaders, if there's a position that comes out, city hall position, leadership position, funding that comes out, what we do as black people is I see the grant, and I know One Gone does Hooked on Fishing, and I feel like he may have a better chance at it, or Brandon have it. I'm gonna make sure that One Gone don't know about it, right? Don't tell One Gone. Don't tell the other people, so that I can get the grant, right? But what's best if we do is if we all apply, and then we all get the money, and we can support each other. Because the worst thing that happened is if I apply for it and don't get it, now we get no money, right? But if Theron applies for it, and I apply for it, and you apply for it, and Theron gets the money and gives me a little bit, it's a win-win for each other. So, but you have to, and it's not easy to understand, because even a black man in power brings intimidation and jealousy to our own people. It's our own people that will stop us if we're not careful. So it's important that we use our communication and let them know, I'm trying to do this and I need you to back off. Or I'm trying to do this and all I want to hear from you is support. Or I'm depressed right now. Or I need money from you, or whatever it is. We got to let our people know that we're all trying to get there. And if we get there, it blesses everybody. So I just wanted to put that out there. Don't be afraid to do that. It's important, because Kevin, man, he really hit home with that. I don't know how that brother went so long and no one knew. You know, no one knew. He's trying to commit suicide. He said he got in an argument with his girl. They always argue. He drove 6 blocks away, put a knife to his neck, tried to put the knife in his neck. Somebody walked up and caught him. Then he went back home and had dinner with his family and took his mom out for her birthday. And after he took his mom out for the birthday, the next day, he was planning his next suicide attack. So we may not be at that extent, but sometimes we're depressed. Sometimes we're hurting. Sometimes we're desperate. Sometimes we have no one to talk to, because who are we going to talk to?
Can I ask a
You
question?
really can't talk to another race about your plight, right? And there's only certain brothers and sisters that you can call, right? If I call another dude during a basketball game, man, come on. He's guaranteed he's gonna call me back. Yo, dog, hey man, you know, Bron's playing right now, right? I'm gonna call you back, dog. Hey, call me back after the game, right? Go ahead and call a brother when he got a chick over there. Hey man, I need to talk to you. Right now? Right now? Then you're gonna hear the next word is go, check this out. When you hear check this out, as soon as you hear check this out. So that's important too. All right, so we haven't heard from Brandon. Brandon, tell us about your dance company and what you do. We're gonna come back to you, Sister Pearl. Go ahead, Brandon.
So yeah, first I want to apologize, whatever. There's some people, I guess, popping off fireworks, whatever, in my apartments. But so if y'all hear anything like sounding like shots, it's just fireworks, whatever. But yeah, for me, whatever, I've actually been.
You sure? You shot it?
What a firecracker was that, bro?
That sounds like a 9-manner.
I heard this fireworks. Well, you know, this is mine too.
Oh no, they over there. They definitely over there.
Hey, you said it was fireworks, but did you lie? Did you lie?
I did not lie.
I
swear. But yeah, but for the most part, whatever. Again, my name is Brandon Jackson. I am a teacher at a school. I'm a actor. I'm a praise dancer, youth and adult empowerment coach, and a life coach. I've been teaching dance for about probably going on, I would say like maybe 8-9 years professionally now. At this point or whatever, both my outlets of teaching actually are kind of like up in the air or whatever right now. I teach at the school, dance or whatever, for their after school program, and I also do their yard duty type work, whatever out there. And then, so the schools are closed down, so I have no work there. But then I also have my studio where I teach dance at over at the Mac Road Partnership off Mac Road and Center Parkway. That's kind of closed. That's basically closed down now as well, whatever, for the most part. But so I'm just trying to figure out ways to kind of get back into actually getting classes going, back going or whatever, to where I can kind of keep the kids, you know, their mind at ease and kind of put their mind, you know, in a much more place of normalcy or whatever. So then therefore they're not going crazy or whatever, just being in the house, whatever, for the most part. With my kids and things like that or whatever, I try to always definitely, I when I first started teaching or whatever, and even now, more so now, I try to teach my kids more about life than I do.
Show me that thing, like battery went down.
Did it?
You just unplug it, you can hear it.
Did it go down?
I see. You're gonna find out right now. Yeah, the battery went down.
In session, just because of the COVID.
Is that unplugged to right here?
But
Oh, that's
before
an
that
iPhone.
ended,
I
we
just had
actually
it to,
were going in the community,
just a
helping out,
regular,
like, you know, with the homeless, we were helping out,
I know,
just in the community in general, whatever, with, you know, certain fundraising things that we did, you know, in the past. At this point now, like, with the new line of work that I'm doing, I'm actually working with the homeless to where, you know, trying to, they basically get their mind on a better path or whatever. So, like, you know, my job over there or whatever is basically just to kind of oversee them, sort of kind of like supervise or whatever them throughout the night and keep them safe, so to speak. And then me personally, I feel like my contribution to them in serving would be just to, like, you know, give them those outlets and give them those resources or whatever to actually you know, how to do better and how to, you know, get better instead of, you know, just repeating the same thing over and over and over again or whatever. It's not actually getting them to a better place. When I'm actually going to be starting my classes back up, I'm definitely going to be, you know, possibly looking for, you know, just certain donations or whatever. I'm not too sure exactly right now, but I'm working on that with my parents and just with my kids or whatever as well that I teach. You know, so yeah, I guess whatever during this time, whatever, we're just trying to, or at least I'm just trying to, you know, figure out how to get back into my studio without, you know, sending too many red flags or whatever to too many people, and opening my studio back up to the community at this point, whatever. And yeah, I mean, like, so that's mainly like what I'm doing at this point. So, yeah.
So what do you need more? Do you need referrals, kids, or do you need money more?
Most likely, I believe I might need referrals more, just because when this whole, you know, COVID-19 thing is, you know, kind of once it subsides or whatever, and kind of calms down a little bit more, and they get it under wraps or whatever, then the referrals or whatever may definitely work out a lot more. I'm going to be working on my new flyer soon, after August. So then therefore, you know, I'll be able to bring back at least a few, you know, students or whatever in my classes. But yeah, referrals would definitely do it. A lot of referrals.
So I'm gonna cut you West you for a minute. I'm gonna let you talk. But
Okay.
I didn't know when the end was coming, brother. That's all. It scared me.
so we could sit it right now.
I think between the four of us, between the four of us, wouldn't it be awesome if a young man or young lady walked in and we were able to offer them 4 different services?
That's what I'm talking about.
Have you thought about getting an online teaching, dancing? You know,
Right.
just
Wouldn't that kid be happy? You can go to this one, you can go to that one, you can go to that one. We send them through all 4. That's what I'm hearing. And did I hear you say, Brandon, that you want to partner with those guys?
I do. Yeah.
Did I hear that?
You have to turn the,
You do.
I did not hear that.
speaking in devils the wrong way.
All right, that's what I'm talking about. You gotta be bold. You gotta be Lisa Lacey bold.
pull on it, cause you'll make the whole thing fall down.
Even though you ain't going, buy them anyway. So Brandon, I think you partner with these guys, and you guys have a network now where you can come to you. They have all kinds of services. And then at the center, we have From a Boy to a Man workshop, and then we have Girl Self-Esteem. We have From a Boy to a Man, and we have From a Girl to a Woman. We have those programs, and it's free on Zoom. So let's send them around the whole thing. We a lot of people didn't join on today because we're at resolution. They wanted to do the other part, but this high people strong. We have our own network that we'll build and develop. Right? And it may just be this 5. I know Pastor Lovelace started his church at somebody's house, at the Broadway's house. It was at the Broadway's house, and they started. Now he's got 4 or 5 services, I think. Right? Thousands of people. So we're kind of like starting this at the house. And I'm hoping that when we hang up soon, everybody on here will feel like they can call everybody on here and get a resource. I already worked with one girl, and I sent some of my people over there fishing, and he told me, just send them on. I said, what do we need? He said, just send them. I sent some people. That was wonderful. My clients came back so happy, you know. And so this is great. This is absolutely great. And we don't need 35 people. We need this, and then we'll build something, and we'll keep on going. So we got to make sure that this is when the Zoom ends, that we don't. That when the Zoom ends, that's when we begin. Right? And so I'm doing my part to make sure. So Brandon, you'll have my referrals, and one going, you'll have my money. And
You'll have my referrals too.
Donald and the rest of the new edition figures, you guys will have cribs and stuff tomorrow in book. So we got one guy left. Is it online?
Did Brandon try? Did he tell Brandon about online his online dancing thing? Brandon, is he? Can he hear us?
Yeah, he was calling his beard.
Oh, hey Brandon, have you seen those? My daughter liked to dance and sing, so she's all into that, and she's, she love that. She goes on this. I think it's $14.99 or something like that. I think it come off my card. I don't know. I think it's $15 a month. And she this lady, what is her name? Sandra. She teaches in Atlanta, and they have dance contests. I don't know. You probably know all the dance contests that they be having all out there. Well, she has that online where you can go online, set you up an online platform, and you can teach. She teach in her living room or in her little studio, and the children learn all the little dances. She taught do the same thing you normally do when you physically there, but she got it online like how we are now. And you can teach the children like that, and then have a what you call like a entry fee, to log in. That's what I get my daughter. She got this entry fee thing where she get, and she go on, and every month, like I think they go on 2 or 3 times, if I'm not for sure, a week. It's kind of like the school, because she on school online, and so it's like that on my class thing coming up. So I gotta hurry to finish this because she gonna be coming on, and I don't want to miss her. I say I sure don't want you. I'm paying you. Gonna go, So I was just saying, refer to that so you can you go look in that, and it don't cost much, because I seen that the platform that they have is basically like a podcast. She just physically showing you, and still talking to the children and stuff that she do. Because when I go on there and look at Sandra, she's like, so how you doing? She always say, I come to look at her. She's like, how you doing? And my daughter doing whatever they got going. I just always mess with her. But she got all these children from Chicago, New York, all these children be lined up in the corners. A lot of children and different people that want to learn dance arts and stuff like that. I was just putting that out there. You can look into that.
Appreciate that, definitely. Yeah, I'm gonna look into that most definitely. Yeah, I've tried doing a couple of classes or whatever on the Zoom type thing or whatever, but it was for my phone, I guess, or whatever. It was no success too much with that, just because it kept on freezing. So I was trying to figure out how to kind of rectify that issue. But yeah, I'm gonna definitely check that out as well. So I'm gonna have to get at you on that.
So your promotion, I do a lot of promotion, like Ms. Pearl, but mine more online for the Street Intellect magazine. But I do promotion and I promote stuff out there. So if you go to Street Intellect magazine, you can go. There's so many different ones. I done grew in so many different ways, but you can go there and send anything you got there dealing with your business. Set you up a little thing, send it, and what people can do it, and I can send that stuff around and just get it in the hands to people. Huh?
What's the name of it?
Street Intellect magazine. It's an online magazine. I don't sell magazine the regular way. I spell it Zane, like how black people say it, magazine. I spell it like how we say it, but it really means something though when people go do the research. That's all.
So while we're talking, also, I'm hoping that we're going to be able to utilize everybody's resources for free.
Yes.
You can use mine for free, but I want to use yours for free too.
Fair share.
The other thing is, one thing, I can't remember who did it, but somebody really helped me out with some wholesale prices, not retail. And one thing I always tell people is when I want to feed my family, I go to Chinese food. If I just got some money and I'm feeding myself, then I support black restaurants or black vendors. And the reason why, because I can feed my daughters, my whole family with Chinese food because I can afford it. But I'm not paying $319 for 4 plates of barbecue.
I'm with you on that one.
I'm not doing it. And then you're gonna tell me you ain't ran out of macaroni and cheese, and do I want some corn to replace it? All that. And I give you 2 extra corn biscuits. So that I'm not mad at black businesses. I think maybe they just don't have wholesale pricing.
Well, I think we should. I was saying to someone the other day about how we complain about the prices of our own people. When we should just buy with no complaint. I do it. I'm like, how much? And it'd be somebody say how much. I'd be like $15. I'd be like, dang, I know they got them free, but you know what? It's black. It's like I tell my children, I say, if it's black, buy it. I don't care. If you, like you say, buy that ticket even though you don't need it. Buy it anyway. Buy it anyway. Buy it anyway. So it's like I go around looking for black stuff to buy. I'm like, I don't need eyelashes, but I'll buy it from you. I'm saying. That's basically what we got to do. Look at Asians and white folks. They support every small and big and medium and weird, outrageous things they do. They support every one of them, no matter what it is. And we don't have nothing to do with it.
But here's the problem. If you look at income and what all the races, what their income is, right?
Yeah.
The disparities. If you look at that, black people's households bring in the least amount of dollars. And so they can't afford it, right?
Well, what about the $2 trillion we circulate every year on Jordans and everything else? I'm saying on that.
Well, that's some people, but I'm talking about the people who.
I know, just total, yeah.
I'm talking about the people who we want all black people to have. I want all black people to have this hats I'm selling. I want all black people. I want your whole family to come here and get a meal. I don't want you smelling barbecue and you can't afford it. So why would the price be $15 here? You know how many black people are going over there to get it for $7? I just think that I'm from this school. I'll sell it. I'll do like they do overseas. I don't know if you guys went overseas, but when I went to Italy, the money's called lire, right? When I went to France, when I went over there, it's one price for their people, and it's another price for me and you.
Wow.
So for their people, the price is lower, right? And so I think that as black people, we got to have that price lower for our people to be able to afford it.
I didn't know that. I just learned something. That's what I'm talking. Okay, I got you.
And I just have a quick suggestion for DJ One. And maybe you've probably already done it already, but you can do a fundraiser by all those fish you're catching, sell chicken, sell fish sandwiches, and serve fish sandwiches, and for like $3 or $4.
Fresh caught fish.
And so, and teach the kids at the same time how to cook and how to season meat and, stuff like that.
And I want to go back to what you just talked to because I want to get on the black on black crime.
All right, Ron, you're up next.
I feel you were saying the guy committed suicide these many times, and I used to be involved in gang violence. I've been there, stabs. I've been through it all, and I feel that gang violence is a form of suicidal mentality because in that process of doing the things that I did, or I had a mentality like I didn't care if I died doing it. I mean, because I know the mentality that's used, they feel that long if I got something to protect me, I can't die in this. I don't care. I'm just going to do it. I feel that's a form of psychological, unknowingly suicide for some of them. Some of them was kamikaze in their mind. Like today, they just kamikaze out their mind, and I feel that they're committing suicide and genocide at the same time amongst our people. And I've been looking at this saying, so what is, I got my own takes. I just want to ask you, what is some of your takes other than, I'm going to say more aggressive approaches dealing with the situation. What is your take on that? All of y'all.
Okay, I'll say
like what you
something.
said.
I have great concerns about people that's going to commit suicide because most of the time they want to commit suicide, they want to kill a whole bunch of people too with them before they go.
Yeah. And that's basically what it is. You killing, they're killing what they hate about themselves.
Yeah.
Like if you see another person trying to act hard, you be like, "How you trying to act hard?" Really, what they're saying is like, "He think he hard," but really, what we really saying when you saying that, you're really saying, "Yeah, he trying to be hard like me." So you want to stop him from being hard like you, or how you feel. So you hating him trying to be what you already trying to be. It's like it's no win take. It's a no win take, man.
Yeah, and it's with like those people that want to be gangster. I don't want to be with you when you're being gangster. So the people that's looking for you that you're doing gangster stuff too, I'm not with you when they find you. You know what I'm saying? Because it's gonna be gangster. I don't. I'm just.
I feel we have to have a campaign where, like we was talking with the brother from Stockton, where we need to come up with. We need to make this march happen. I know we have a lot of things, but we have to deal. I feel we have to do them with them individually. Even with the police brutality, but this black on black crime, this is something that us black men that's sincere, that have total real concern, is willing to go out there to do that. I mean, enough of us, not 2 or 3 of us out there. I mean, enough of us that can bring a powerful demand of something, okay, in our community.
Hey, if I can intervene, this is one gun. So let me take y'all on a journey right quick. Mm-hmm. So a month ago, it was 75 African males from the age of 29. I think the oldest brother there was Henry, was 74 years old. We put a peace walk together. We went to Meadowview.
Mm-hmm. I seen that.
We had the police escort us from the Danger Island. Mm-hmm. And a lot of y'all might not know, but
I know. Yeah,
it was a dangerous place. It's a place where gangs hang out. But we walked from there to the San Fernando Community Center, straight down Meadow. All right. Before we took off, we all rallied together and admitted why we was there, because of not black on black crime, but gang on gang.
Yes.
That's what the young shooters are doing right now.
Yeah.
And so while we were forming this, I didn't get a half a mile on the walk before I got a call saying there's a shooting on the other end, because Meadowview turns into Mac Road.
To Mac Road,
and at the Mac Road, at the donut shop, a young brother shot a 40-year-old man because he sold a bag of weed on their turf. As we doing the peace walk, we speaking on one end and they shooting on the other end. So when we come together, and we saying we're doing peace walk, because we had to all rally back together, and we said, well, what happened? We're doing a peace walk, and yet we still getting shootings. it's because these young brothers are not included. They don't feel like they're included in anything positive that'll help them. So when you go to ask me, say, man, how can I help you? First thing a young brother gonna say, you can't help me. And I don't need no help. And so we back away. See, if you going for some money, you ain't gonna take no the first no and shut it down. And see, that's what we doing as adults. Our kids shut down on us, so we shut down back on them. No, you got to press hard on them. You got to press. See, I healing circle, man. And my healing circle is a youth healing circle. I deal with young brothers coming out of the juvenile hall system, right? I have people that are depressed. I have youngsters that already tried to kill themselves in these meetings. And when we sit and talk, it's not for Mr. Tim to heal you. It's for you to heal yourself through the pain or struggle of somebody else that's in this room that's your age, because what you've been through, he might have been through. And so how they heal from all that anger, because man, I got some kids, man, when they first came to they was mandated to come. And so first thing I tell them, I said, I'm gonna be different than any program you've been in. And they go, well, how can you be? Because I don't get paid to sit in here with you. I'm doing this from my heart. So when you tell them that, and they find out this man ain't getting paid for him, I better respect him. Because the first thing I'm gonna tell him is that I don't gotta be here, but I want to be here. I want you to want me to be here. And so if you allow me to work with you with where you're at, I guarantee you we're gonna move some mountains, man. But a lot of people, they don't want to take that extra mile. A youngster will cuss you out and you say, oh man, I'm not going to deal with it. I ain't got to put up with that. No, put up with it for a minute, man, because all they want to do is to see if the pressure going to bust the pipe.
Right, behind that barrier of,
you got their attention, and you can hone in on what's ailing them and kind of like divert that thing. All right, I thank you.
Some of them don't care. Some of them don't care about no kids. They don't care about no old people. They don't care about nothing.
We got a double-edged sword.
Right. All night. So I don't want to leave him out here. Everyone's scared and hasn't given us what he needs. So I'll go to Ron. That's okay. Queen Pearl, you could close us out. Ron, T-Ron.
Yes, sir. No, I was enjoying what everybody's saying. And
look, I just fought for you, man.
Yeah, but my friend there, brother Tim, I just want to know if you can email me. My email is my name, Theron.Carnell@Yahoo. I want to be able to donate some money towards your hook on fishing. Man, I thought I could been able to think about all last week, and then we got some money coming in. And I just want to donate it your way because I think that program is going to make a big difference. But what we've been doing is I have a podcast right now, and we believe in building up men, black men in our community. We say, we're men of God. We want to build up men, but our purpose is really building up black men. We go through a lot out there, and on our podcast, we talk about our daily journeys, being men of God and just being men, what we go through. Sometimes people say, being a man of God is easier. No, we got feelings too. And I'll tell people I'll pop off in a minute. So I got to stay up. I'll go off on the drop of a hat. And my son and I was talking about that the other day because he was like, Dad, I know you don't like walking out there. Cop comes up. I was like, yeah, if a cop says something stupid to me, it can go either way with me. And I got to always watch that. But we talk about our journeys going through that and building up men. And one of the other things, just listening to having a solution. Some of my brothers and I, we went to black colleges. Well, we went to Morehouse, and one of the guys was saying we need to start up a charter school and a mentoring program to get these young men, build them up, and then get them scholarships to Morehouse. Morehouse changed my life. I tell people that. I mean, when you go into a school and you see brothers to your left, to your right, and you all going towards the same goal, that changes your life. So when I got out and came out into the world, you couldn't tell me nothing. You couldn't tell me nothing. And that's what we're working for right now. So we're trying to start up a charter school, start up a mentoring program. We got a friend of ours. Y'all know a pitcher from the Yankees, CC Sabathia. He's out of Vallejo. We're trying to bring the baseball leagues back into Vallejo and into Sacramento. We're looking at because that's where we grew up. You know, we grew up playing baseball, and that led to learning how to play as a team, learning how to. I may not like you off the field, but we got to go towards the work together, and we got along. We may not be the best of friends, but we are teammates. We want to bring that back in. I mean, yes, everybody's looking at basketball, but not everybody can play basketball. You got people looking at football, but not everybody can play football. Not everybody's an athlete, so we got to find these different avenues to help these young men. You know, they got working on computers, starting up apps, you know, coding. We want to be able to teach that. So that was what our goal is at this time. And Terry, I just want to thank you because, like you said, anybody can sit up here and say, they don't do this, they don't do this, they don't do this, but what are we doing to make the change? Just like you said earlier, you know, there was people talk about the systematic racism. I'll tell people, yes, it's out there, but it's your decision on how you want it to work, how you want to work that out. Because it's in, I'll just give you this example. In Vallejo, there's a lot of people, we talk about them, but we have the Mexican community. They'll have 5 families living in one house. They'll buy one house, they'll fix that house up, and then one family will live in it, and they go on to buy the next house. And they've taken over a certain area in Vallejo, and everybody was cracking jokes about it, but they all got houses, and they work together as a community. That's what we need to do. And that's why they break us down, because that's what we used to do. Black Wall Street. We had our own businesses. We got to bring it back, and that's what we're striving for. So I before that, and like I said, our podcast is out there. We're gonna have a couple more, and like I said, I've been enjoying listening to everybody. You guys have been helping me on what I want to bring into the program that we're striving towards.
Good. That's great, man. You know, Hispanics are taking over West Side.
So what resource do you?
Okay, what's that?
Sorry about that. So what resources can Hooked on Fishing, Mr. Tim, or the Wise Words with One Gun show afford you, offer you?
Oh, to me or to, are you talking to Brother Tim?
I'm talking to you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know, we're gonna, I'm gonna let Terry know what's going on, because I gotta talk to my brothers. Like I said, because I'm up here in Sacramento, there's a couple of us up this way. We want to see what we're gonna do in Sacramento. So I would definitely be letting Terry know what we're looking for. But right now, I can tell you, we're gonna be looking for young men who are gonna be, you know, serious about this program, and we definitely are working on getting them scholarships. That's our main thing, is getting them scholarships. And, you know, one thing I will say about promoting Black colleges is, in a Black college, you really only have to have a C average to get into one. And that's the great thing about it. You have that 2.0 average, you're gonna get in. They are looking to recruit. So I will get, I know there's different things going on with flyers. I will get those out and let y'all know when it's happening. And they've been doing a lot of Zooms and everything. But that is my main thing I've been really promoting. We're looking at books. So when the brother was talking about books, because our history doesn't start at slavery. We were kings and queens before. So we got books that we're looking at. So I will be getting with Terry and letting them know what resources I have to definitely share with y'all, because this is what we're supposed to do, working together, building together. So I'll let him know what I need, and he'll definitely let me know what y'all need.
So I do want to let you guys know, I got 2 pages I want you to know about. One is called Hot Community Events on Facebook. That's where all the events are going on. Hot Community Events, if you join that, you can grab other people, other events from that. The other one is I do have an inactive Black Again Tomorrow page. And I will be adding you guys so that you guys can load in there and we can see what's going on. I got the page up, I just haven't added anybody, but I will do that soon and make sure that that's where we can drop something in there. And I want it to be like a McDonald's meat patty in a lake full of piranhas. When you drop something in there, here come the piranhas. Right? So I'll make sure everybody's in there. So those are 2 pages that Black Again Tomorrow and Hot Community Events that we'll know all of our stuff. All right. And so I kind of want to wrap it up because I don't like going way over and people get mad at me and all that. But healing the hood was our topic tonight. We got to stop blaming other people. We have to start building ourselves. And I'm going to close out with Miss Pearl. What I want to say, we cooked a lot of good food tonight in this Zoom. But if you got kids, cooking don't mean nothing. They want to eat. You can cook, it can smell good, look good, but kids just want to know when is it ready. And as soon as you put it on the table, they start eating. And so that's what I want to do with this group. We cook, but now it's time to eat. So starting tomorrow, I'm going to follow through. Everybody who I said I'm going to feed, which is everybody in line, I'm going to feed you tomorrow. And then whatever you can feed to each other, that's what we're going to do. This was hearty, healthy. I know we start off rough, but that's the way you do it. You have to let people voice themselves. You have to find out what's the root of the problem and how do Black people really feel. I know some people wanted to hear different stuff, but we got down to the root. We got in the hood. We addressing ourselves, because that's the biggest issue. You know, I'm not scared walking down the street with police. I'm scared walking down the street when our people are out there acting crazy. I'm scared of the gang. That's what I'm scared of. And so we got to address that. I didn't even know we had so many advocates for youth until I got on this Zoom, which is beautiful. I have 4 different avenues to send youth to. And before this call, man, I thought maybe Shoulder to Shoulder, who I never hear back from. I thought maybe them. Robertson Community Center, who I have no contact. Oak Park Community Center, who I have no information on. But now I got solid information, and so do you. So Healing the Hood, that's what we're going to do. I'm proud of this Zoom. I'm thankful for you guys. You guys got me for whatever you need. I'll tell you, I'm going to give 100% to each and every person on this Zoom, unless you're a 49er fan. Then
You're so funny.
I'm out of it then. I ain't got nothing.
All right, let's close out with Miss Pearl. Miss Pearl, do you want to close out with the last words?
Look what you did.
All right. 49ers, baby.
Oh my God.
Okay, but yeah, I just want to say, what I really want to say is, you know, we have the issue that I'm having is we have a lot of powerful minded individuals that come together in these meetings, but what we say we're going to do stays at the meeting, and I just don't want us to talk about it. I want us to be about it. And that's, I mean, or otherwise we're just wasting everybody's time. And that's pretty much where I am on it. That's it.
Thank
and you know,
I'm going to follow through on mine tomorrow.
Okay.
I'm talking to on mine tomorrow. You know, you're gonna get the stuff I promised you tomorrow for the kids. One's on, you're gonna get a Zoom, or not a Zoom, you're gonna get a electronic transmission of funds from me. I think we got 4 people. Brandon, you need to tell me what kind of referrals you need. And Ron, I'm gonna support your podcast, and I'll talk to you more about that, maybe recruiting. So it's 9:35. Unless we have something pressing, I'm going to close it out. Anybody have anything that we need to discuss before we close it out? I'll make sure you guys.
Good.
Thank you. Thank you.
Most
Thank
of you
you.
guys are young, but I know his bedtime is normally 9:10, so we're way past his bedtime.
Man, I just want
Shout
to
out
say
to
thank you again. To Miss Pearl, you're right. We got to be about it. So I don't think it's going to end here. I think we're all going to step it up, because I think everybody who was meant to be here tonight was here tonight. It always works out that way. So I definitely, I want you to keep me accountable. And yeah, about those Raiders. No, I'm playing. But yeah, I just want to thank you, bro. You know, I'm past my bedtime, but you know, that's my life sometimes. But it's all good, and I appreciate everything y'all said, and thank you, and I'm gonna be there for y'all.
Thank y'all.
Likewise. Likewise.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Appreciate everybody.
What a blessing.
All right,
Peace
good
and
night.
love.
Thank you for giving us your time. Hey, tomorrow we clock in, right?
We clock in.
All right.
All
Thank
right,
you guys. Have a good night.
you
All
too.
right.
Too.
Let me shut him down, let me shut him down, let me shut him down. We got a lot of cameras going right now.
You said what?
On
A
every
bunch of
network.
resources in SAC.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Let me hit a date when we hook up. Nice.
I'll tap in. I'll let you know. Yeah, because
Just thank you.
Waiting on me.
Thank you. You got me. I feel at home now. Thank